Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a TBR video. I'm actually going to be doing this a little bit differently. Shout out to my friend in YouTube. I'm actually going to start moving to a seasonal TBR. And why? One, because I do like picking out my books, but lately I have not been reading as much as I was before. I haven't pinpointed why. I thought it was literally like, oh, I was really, really busy. But even sometimes in my home, I just can't seem to focus and read for long periods of time right now. And I'm not going to stress myself out over that. But I do miss doing like a TBR and having like a stack in mind. But the reason I want to move to a more seasonal TBR is because I've been reading slower. Sometimes I don't get to the books on my list and I still want to read them like the next month. And then it's like I'm talking about the same book. So I'm actually going to start doing a seasonal one. Now this one is going to be like small seasonal one, kind of like a month TBR. By the time you see this, I'm going to do my summer TBR. It's already mid-July, so this one I will take all the way through August, so August 31st, and then I'll do my fall TBR for September. Starting in September, but I am going to pull out a stack of books that I'm going to focus on for the rest of the summer. That is going to be my summer TBR. I have like 7 books, I can't count. 7 books in this stack, so let's go ahead and get started. The first one is called Finders Keepers. It's by Natalie Barelli. And this one, it says, Dear Diary, today I'm going to kill her. Love, Rose. When Rose walks by a bookstore and discovers the crime she thought she buried is now splashed across the pages of a best-selling novel, she knows her carefully constructed life is about to unravel. So this one is about a woman who has a past that she's basically tried to hide, but like she's literally, like it says, walking by a bookstore and she sees the story out there. So she's like, well, how does this person know? So she's been trying to, I already have my Halloween decorations out just a little bit. Y'all might be able to hear that in the background. Like, she's trying to figure out how this author knows the story, and they're like, oh, it's fiction, blah, blah, blah. But she's like, I feel like there's something else going on. So she's trying to figure out who found out about her past and get to the bottom of it. So I have that one. The next one is J.E. Jance. I got this a while ago at Ollie's. It's called Blessing of the Girls. It's a Brady and Walker family novel, which means there's probably a series there. This one is about this detective who is trying to figure out who has been, killing these indigenous women. So it's a cold case. He just got assigned to it. Missing and Murdered Indigenous People Task Force. Rosa Rios is a young woman of Apache descent and one-time rodeo star, vanished 3 years ago. Human remains, a homicide victim burned beyond recognition, were discovered in the Cochise County around the time she went missing. And then, so Joanna Brady is trying to figure out, with the help of her friend Dan, to reopen this case and to figure out what happened to these women. So I really want to read that one. The next one is called Night Walk. Did I say? Yeah, it's J.A. Jance on this one. The next one is called Night Watcher. It's by Daphne Woolsoncroft, host of Going West, a true crime podcast. So the author of this one is actually a podcast author or host. Noelle W, a late night call in radio host in Portland, Oregon, listens to stories of hauntings and cryptic sightings for a living. But one foggy wet evening, when a caller describes an eerie scene that triggers memories of Noelle's escape from a serial killer years before, she becomes fearfully aware that he's back to finish what he started. So she is this caller on this podcast. The story comes in. She's like, wait, that's familiar. And then she finds out that she's actually being watched herself. So excited about that read. The next one that I have here is called The Revenge List. It's by Hannah Mary McKinnon. And this one says, they say life flashes before your eyes when you're about to die, but all she could see was regret. The people in Frankie Morgan's life say she's angry, emotionally stunted, combative, but really, who can blame her? It's hard being nice when your clients are insufferable. Your next door neighbor. I guess that would be a good like Hallmark rom-com. Your ex-door neighbor. So it's like your next door neighbor, but it's your ex. Somebody gonna steal my idea, I know it. Your next door neighbor is a miserable woman, and the cowardly driver who killed your mother is still out living it up somewhere. Somehow, though, she finds herself at her very first anger management group session, drinking terrible coffee and learning all about how forgiveness is a process. One that starts with a list. Frankie is skeptical, a list of everyone who's wronged her in some way over the years. More paper, please. Still, she makes the pointless list with her own name in a prominent spot and promptly forgets about it until it goes missing. And one by one, the people she's named starts getting hurt and freak accidents, even deadlier than the last. Could it be coincidence giving her the revenge she never dared to seek, or something more sinister? If Frankie doesn't find out who's behind it all, she might be next. Dang, I forgot what this one was about. I got this one from the Dollar Tree. I might have to push this one up kind of close to the top. I forgot about this. Ooh, excited about that. The next one is Run Unread by Noelle W. Ihli. It's a thriller. I read one of her books, As for Andrea. I really liked the book. Really quick read. That one was from many perspectives. This one is just chapters. But this one says, two women marshal their wit, strength, and resilience to turn the tables on their tormentors in this harrowing, gut-wrenching thriller. A rural country road, no cell signal for miles, a terrifying game of cat and mouse. By the time Laura and Olivia notice the headlights tailing them through the hills, it's too late. What seems at first like a case of road rage quickly unfolds into a heart-pounding chase and a battle for survival. I'll stop right there, but this one sounds really good. The other one was a quick read, so I think this one will be a quick read too. The next one is Linwood, Barclay, Whistle. Terrific, says Stephen King. I actually saw this one when I was in London, and I didn't buy it there, but I hadn't gotten to it yet. Evil has a one-track mind. Give me a minute. My food is about to be burnt. I'll be back. Okay. I'm back. So this one says, Evil has a one-tracked mind. Annie Blunt has had an unimaginably terrible year. First, her husband was killed in a tragic hit-and-run accident. Then one of the children's books she built her writing and illustrating career on ignited a major scandal. Desperate for a fresh start, she moves with her son Charlie to a charming small town in upstate New York where they can begin to heal. But Annie's year is about to get worse. Bored and lonely in their isolated new surroundings, Charlie is thrilled when he finds a forgotten train set and a locked shed on their property. Annie is glad to see Charlie happy, but there's something unsettling about his new toy. Strange sounds wake Annie in the night. She could swear she hears a train, but there isn't an active track for miles, and bizarre things begin happening in the neighborhood. Worse, Annie can't seem to stop drawing a disturbing new character that has no place in a children's book. Grief can do strange things to the mind, but Annie is beginning to think she's walked out of one nightmare straight into another. Only this one is far more terrifying. Linwood Barclay is actually a man. I don't really care. Like, I know some people don't really like books by male authors. I don't really care. I do have, several books by male authors. I won't say the majority are male authors, but I have several. But I'm really excited about this one because this one actually sounds like it's scary. I actually might need to save this one for, fall. The chapters seem pretty quick. This might be a fall one, y'all, because this is giving scary Halloween-ish. Okay, that chapter was pretty long. Okay, they're short. That one was just a little longer. Yeah, this one's really giving Halloween, spooky season type stuff. So I don't know. But I'm spooky season 365. So whatever. So that's that. The next one, guys, we are going to get back into the Harry Potter vlogs. I started reading Harry Potter this year. No, it wasn't this year. Last year. I started reading Harry Potter last year. Before, I had only read the first 2 or 3 chapters of the first. I don't even think I read that much. It might have been in the first chapter of one of the books in 9th grade. And then I was like, I'm not into it. Was encouraged to read them. And so I read up to book 3. Why I stopped on book 3 is because it pissed me off in the movie. Book 3 is my favorite out of the 3, and the movie 3 was the most unlike the book. And I was talking to my friend, and they were like, yeah, pretty much they're all at this point not going to be like the book. 1 and 2 were pretty much spot on with a few things, but not changed, just a few things that were missing or they scrunched together. I feel like book 3, they just butchered my favorite book, and it pissed me off. And I hadn't been reading anymore. Not just because of that, but that was one of the reasons I was like, okay, I'm mad. And then I was like, okay, let me step out of the world of Harry Potter. Just because I was like, okay, I want to step away from the series and then come back because I am enjoying it. But there's only, 8 books in the series. So it's I kind of want to savor it. But I'm ready to get back in it. And we're getting into the big books, y'all. These are the big books now. So I'm on book 4, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. I am not going to read any of the synopsis. I like to go into all of them blind. I literally don't know what's going to happen in any of them, and that's how I like to keep them. I am thinking about maybe around fall time going to Universal Studios down in Florida so I can start. Like, I refuse to buy any Harry Potter merchandise because I'm like, for my first round of merch, it has to come from like the authentic store. Like, I don't even want to order it online. I want to experience it in person. So like, I won't even, like, I'll buy like Disney stuff from other stores that I see Disney merch. But when I see the Harry Potter stuff, I'm like, no. Like, so I think I'm going to go there in the fall because in the fall, it won't be hard to get a cape. Y'all, I am in a Hufflepuff house. I am a member of Hufflepuff. I really thought I was going to be a member of Gryffindor. So I was kind of like, do they even talk about Hufflepuff? Anyways, I'm a Hufflepuff, so I want to get some merch. I want to get a wand, but I think I'm going to save that for like a Universal trip. Because outside of that, there are no like Harry Potter's, like any like specific stores that's just Harry Potter. Like, you go to Universal, you know it's gonna be Harry Potter stuff, and like you can go to Disney, you know there's Disney stuff. There isn't like another store. Well, there are stores, but like I said, I want to get my merch from like Universal first. Now, I'm kind of mad that I didn't go visit Universal in London, like the studios and all the different Harry Potter stuff, because I wasn't reading it at that time. And now I'm like, oh, when I go back to London, I'm going to have to enjoy those experiences. But I'm really excited. So I hope to get through this one by the end of August, because then, of course, in September, I'm going to be reading more and more of them. And like I said, in September, I want to go and get me some like Harry Potter merch, like a wand or maybe like a robe. I'm not even gonna lie, I want to go to Epic Universe, but I'm not, like, I like Universal, but Universal is one of those places where nothing from the childhood is really the same, like the layout is, but they've even gotten rid of the character Desi Arnaz, or excuse me, not Desi Arnaz, Lucille Ball. And I'm like, yeah, I get that young kids might not know, but if you're like a parent like me, you have shared those older TV shows, those really good TV shows with your kids. And so the parents and the grandparents are taking the kids. So we need something. You can't just eliminate everything that is nostalgic and just have all this new shit. And that's what they're doing. So I don't know. I do want to visit Universal because we typically will go to Universal for a day. But I've been to Disney World twice already this year. Yeah, I've been twice already. And I haven't been. I'm going again in like 2 days. Or is it 3 days? Heck, I don't fly out until Thursday. It's 3 days. But anyway, I'm probably definitely not going to do it on this trip. But like when I go back like in the fall, I'll probably definitely do a Universal day. The other reason I didn't want to do Epic is my friend said it wasn't really worth it. And she thought that the lines were really long. It wasn't super worth it. And the way they do the Fast Pass for Epic is like the price of a park ticket at Disney, if you want to get like the ultimate pass. And then and they don't have like the lower level pass. So for Universal. So I don't know. I might do like an entire, like all the parks like in one day and just get the passes. I don't even know. I haven't thought about it. But anyway, that is an idea. But yeah, to go and get like my robe, and it'll be cooler than my robe and my wand and all that kind of stuff, like different Harry Potter merch. But yeah, I'm getting back into the series is all that I was saying before I went on the rant. So here is my little stack, my TBR, my summer TBR, as I'm going to be calling it. Yeah, I'm going to be reading these, and then like I said, you'll get your next TBR video for the fall in September, all the books I want to read in the fall. But this is my little stack. If these are on your list, as always, let me know. Let me know what you guys have been reading. I've been really, really missing my book content, but like I feel like every time I do a book video, I have like 2 books, which is why I haven't been doing that much. I don't know. This year has been very weird. There's a lot of newness happening, and not in a bad way, but I'm figuring out how to navigate that newness. But yeah, let me know what you guys are reading, and let me know what you might want to see in a video. Yeah, my name is Sho'Shanna. For those of you who are new, hello, join the family. And for those of you who keep coming back, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.